Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Focus on Outcomes. We've been out for a little while, focusing on some other things, and we're excited to be back, bringing you a monthly podcast where we focus on outcomes. Happy to have my co-host join us, Patrick. Welcome.
Thanks, Jeff. Appreciate being here. As Jeff mentioned, my name is Patrick Hannafin. I'm the sales manager at Elevity. You know, Jeff, I really enjoyed this podcast when I was a rep. I'm happy that it's coming back. Why is now the right time to relaunch Focus on Outcomes?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't know that now is necessarily the right time, other than it was the time that we got to it. We have a lot of great things going on with our clients and organizations that we interact with, and we just felt it was the right time to start to tell some of their stories and find out what they're doing to help people in our communities. And we're just excited to get it started again.
You know, you've been in this industry for over a decade. You've been fortunate enough to be part of an MSP leadership peer group. What have you learned about the managed services space that's helped you lead Elevity?
Yeah, that's a good question. Just a lot of input from a lot of different sources over a lot of time. And just by working with a lot of great people, I think we've put together some exciting things. One of our key components of how we built Elevity was to be data-driven. And I think that includes listening and learning and understanding what others that are successful have done in the space. And we've tried to incorporate as much of those things that make sense as we've worked to build this. And I think we've learned a lot from clients, what we've done well, what we haven't done well, and tried to figure that out, in the next situation, the next opportunity.
For those that are new to this podcast or listening again, what's the purpose of this podcast? What are we trying to accomplish, I guess, with this?
Yeah, with the title of Focus on Outcomes, we're trying to understand what organizations do within their day-to-day and the outcome that they produce that helps the communities that they're in, or the customers that they serve, or the population that they serve. So we're going to talk to nonprofits. We're going to talk to for-profit organizations that have a great mission, or the work that they do has a big impact on the communities that they live in. Part of Elevity's mission is that if we're successful in helping our customers win and grow, then that helps to provide more jobs, more opportunities for people in our communities, and it's something that we're passionate about. And being able to provide a platform for our customers to be able to tell that story was really kind of the key mission behind Focus on Outcomes. So we're excited to do that. I think we've got some great episodes lined up with some very exciting topics, and we're looking forward to sharing those stories.
Great. Recently there was a fairly significant event in the IT space with the CrowdStrike incident event. Kind of what happened there, and are there things that our clients or potential clients that could be listening could understand about how Elevity protects their data and their identity, things of that nature?
Yeah. Speaking of outcomes, there's a pretty significant one that came from that. I would say, thankfully, most of our customers weren't impacted by that. So we didn't dig into a ton of the details, but, basically CrowdStrike, a very large organization that has their technology built into a lot of other technology, did a software update. And when that update pushed, it took a ton of global applications down, including, Microsoft, all three of the major U.S. airlines, and, many, many others. Our phone system was impacted by that. And there's only so much that organizations can do. We apply a layered approach to security so that hopefully there's multiple layers of security and best practices so that major issues can be mitigated and recovered from as quickly as possible. I'm not sure what could have been done to help organizations in this situation. I think Delta Airlines had operation disruption for almost a week, which is pretty significant. But, these are the headlines that make the global news and the mainstream media of major organizations that have impact. But the reality is most of the breaches and major issues that occur are to small and medium businesses, which is who we focus on. And they think because those stories aren't in the news that they're not affected. But unfortunately, daily, weekly, monthly, we see it happen in and around our communities and with organizations that, aren't going to make the headlines.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about how SMBs sometimes don't take security seriously until it impacts them. And this is something that is probably impacted a lot more than the normal things that we hear on, the pipeline breach of a couple of years ago, things of that nature. I mean, this is consumer. So
the outcome of this was significant, not only in the organizations that were impacted, but all of the people that they support and that those organizations support. It's a long line.
Yeah, absolutely. What are some of the directional IT decisions that are facing organizations in the SMB space today? Security, maybe being one of them, but what are some other things?
Yeah, I'd say security and productivity. I think the whole AI craze that popped up in the last 12 months that everybody's trying to wrestle with figuring out how to tackle and incorporate into their organization is really around productivity and driving efficiency, whether that's for individuals with like the Microsoft Copilot tools, or organizationally or within industries where major applications are having AI rolled out as part of their platform. I think that's big. I think figuring out how to make the whole work from anywhere concept be efficient and productive and secure is another big thing that we have we spend a lot of time talking to customers about, specifically moving major applications to the cloud and data to the cloud. And I think just using all the tools and the technology to connect and interact and communicate with their customers and their vendors in a way that is, efficient, effective, and productive.
I'm out of questions.
Great.
So last segment, we're going to do some unfocused outcomes, some rapid fire questions, just right off the cuff. What's your go-to salad dressing?
Ranch.
If you were to write a book, what would it be about?
I think it'd be about leadership.
You're qualified for that?
Questionable. I might not sell many.
What's your death row final meal?
I think I'd have a ribeye, medium rare, maybe some broccoli. Potato of some kind. I'm not a big potato guy. Maybe rice.
Do you put sauce on like steaks?
No.
Nothing?
No.
You haven't had pick a pepper sauce though?
No.
I know. Favorite Christmas movie?
Elf.
Finish this sentence. Leadership is?
Consistency.
If you had to sing karaoke right now, what would you sing? What song would you choose?
Whiskey Lullaby.
Okay. Crushed or cubed ice?
Cubed.
Does it depend on the drink?
Yes.
I knew you were going to say that.
If it's in a margarita, crushed.
Sure.
If it's with a bourbon, cubed.
Okay.
A big cube.
A big cube. What's the most rewarding part of your job? Other than this.
Yeah. This would be on the list. Seeing people grow, seeing people advance.
Good.
All right, my turn?
It is.
All right. If you had to play a round of golf with only one club, which one and why?
7-iron. Just my favorite club.
Okay. What's your favorite wine varietal?
Great question. Man. Can only pick one?
For this purpose, yeah.
I'll just say a cab.
Not a Cab Franc?
I'll get you back in a Cab Franc.
If you won the lottery, what's the first thing you would buy? This is the rapid part.
Yeah, I know. That's a great question. Probably a boat.
A boat? Okay. You're a Chicago kid. Thin crust or deep dish?
Thin, for sure.
So follow up to that. Square or pie-shaped slices?
I grew up on square. Square.
Okay. What's your go-to snack while on a long solo drive?
Trail mix.
If you could master any skill instantly, what would it be?
Golf.
What's the one piece of technology you wouldn't want to live without?
My phone.
With a completely working screen or just a third of it?
Just 2/3 of it.
All right, good. Well, that's our segment. I'm excited about that. We'll see how our guests handle these questions, and hopefully as well as we did.
Yeah, learned a little bit about each other there. I like that.
So please subscribe to Focus on Outcomes. We'll be bringing a monthly podcast out with various interviews and guests along the way. We're going to hope to have some fun with this, like our rapid fire session. We're calling that Unfocused Outcomes, at least for now, right? Yeah. Until we get a paid sponsor or an unpaid sponsor. But please subscribe. Feel free to join us. We're going to probably ask for 15 to 25 minutes every month. And if you have suggestions, if you would like to join us, please reach out. We'd love to consider having you as a guest on Focus on Outcomes. Patrick, it was fun.
It was fun.
All right. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.